here. We're out here at the rabbit village, the chicken barn, the rabbit barn. We're out here at a place that you can take and put rabbits and chickens together, and even put straw or wood chips and have the rabbits pee and the rabbits manure and the chicken manure, and let the chickens do all the work and let it just compost down, and then take it out and use it into your garden or raised beds, garden, whatever, greenhouse, you know, whatever you decide to use it in. But for now, what we're trying to do is get some rabbit stands here. We've got this built. We've got the wire at the back over here. We got it up this morning on the sides to help protect from predators. Now we're going to get the rabbit stands. And then after the rabbit stands are up, we will put a fan up here, because you can't have rabbits into hot, humid conditions. They will die. And the same with chickens. People's chickens have died. Someone just told me last week that the fan, the electricity went off into the chicken coop, and it was a big place. And when the power went off, they lost 60,000 chickens. That's how important it is to keep the fans going. I just turned this fan off to make this video. So I'm going to show you my first step and what I've got to do, because I'm into the chicken coop, and so chickens are always scratching. They're always moving their feet, and so I just can't just put boards there and expect it to stay stabilized. So we're going to do it the right way. So I've already got a 4x4 here. One of the posts is a small one. I think it's about 5 feet. Just an extra post, just sitting around. 5 feet is not a whole lot you can do with a post like that. So we're going to use it here at the rabbit stand. I'm going down 12 inches. 12 inches. Most of the time with posts, I'll go down 2 feet. But here on this rabbit stand, I'm going to go down 12 inches. Because this is offset, because we built it into the rabbit area, chicken area, and trying to fit this this area here, their house, their village, into the chicken coop, when we know that fencing is never straight, right? So anyways, so the fence was up. Never had planned on doing this, but now here we are. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to see if I can get some decent measurements, because this wall I've had to put it diagonal because of that 4x4 there that went to the chicken coop fence. And to get the metal in, I had to bring this wall out some, and so it worked. But now, you know, once you get off alignment, then everything will stay off alignment. So we're just going to make this work. The wall here is a little further in, and then it kind of slants out this way. So we're just going to make it work and get our rabbit stands going. Perfect. Can't believe that. All right. Perfect. That board is perfect. how I'm going to work this is that I've got my cement down there, put my leveler on there, check to see if it's level. Of course, we're going to check it several times. Since that board is angled this way, coming out a little bit, we're going to put a 2x4 right there up against that 4x4 because we got cement down there. And there's no sense in busting it up and going through all that. So we're going to tie into that 4x4 right there. Since this corner is going in and this side is going out, we're going to take that 4x4 and come over here. It's not going to be lined up to it because this 2x4 is a little bit further out. We're just going to make it work. Now, originally I was going to take this 4x4 and push it over. That should have been putting it about where I wanted it. But I'm also trying to keep this rabbit stand off of the wall a little bit. Then I'm going to take eventually take a 2x4 and come this way, right? And then we're going to put a 4x4. We're going to put a 4x4 down. I'm going to get my measurements of the rabbit cage. And then we're going to take a 4x4. Put another 4x4 there. Then we're going to just go backwards. And then we're going to just tie it right in. Just make a stand. Pretty basic, pretty simple. So we got one stand completed here. I used 4x4s. This was a 5-footer. Can't use it very much for anything. So we had 2 of those. That board was from, that 4x4 was from a fence I tore down. Good wood. This is the cage I went and picked up about a little over an hour away. And I set it to where the manure can fall down. There will be some more customizing here. So one of the things I did is that this is where you could put a feeder, and I closed it off with wire, same gauge wire, and with a zip tie. And this cage here had 2 doors on that side. So I took yesterday after I got the stand, and I took and one of the doors off and put it on this side. So I can, if I need to get in there, I can get in there on this side. This right here, opening, I left closed off for now because I just ordered some different feeders that I'm going to try that hooks from the outside in order. I situated this stand here to where the other cage is going to come beside of it. So this is why this is overlapping. So I want that other cage to set right there. And rabbits do jump around. So what I plan on doing is taking some staples when it's time to put them in there, and staple the corners down so the cage won't move. But not put the staples all the way down in case I need to move the cage. So what we're going to do too, we've got this 4x4 here. And we're going to have to extend the next stand out some, just a little bit. but the side right there will be able to mount the other cage. This cage right here is longer. Actually, it's a lot wider and longer. The door is actually at the top, but we're not going to go that route. Seriously, get down. This has worked very well with this rabbit right here. It's 48 inches long and 24 inches wide. These cages are 30 inches wide and 36 inches long. So this will work just fine the way it is. And so we're going to have a cage here coming in. Then beside that, we're going to have, and I'm going to try to work the other cage with a door coming from the front. Then that way I can get all my cages in here and put feed in here. So then this cage that I just showed you is going to go beside that. So they're going to be side by side each other. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Hi. Hi there. Good evening. Good evening. Hi. Hi. So my next step will be to build the other stand. And I'm going to be using, since both the cages are the same size, using this cage to make sure that I kind of get it lined up right. For the fact of it is that it has to come out because of that 4x4, and make sure it works. And then we'll be putting the longer cage up. By then my fan should be in. I'll have a fan in here. I'm not going to move any rabbits in here until they are onto a fan. Make sure a fan system is flowing through here since the walls is closed in. But I think the fan will be in definitely before I get the next stand up. So we have the fan off that's on them all the time off at the moment so I can make this video. So the next stand will be built basically like this. Now I could have gone all the way across. I'm trying to keep it off the wall a little bit because of the rabbits peeing. You know, they like to get in the corner, whichever corner they choose, and they'll pee in that corner each time. So I mean, it might be over here, right? But more than likely, it'll probably be in that corner over there. So I came off the wall a little bit. And then on this side, it'll be off the wall just a little bit. The aim is eventually to be able to catch the manure. I'm not sure about the urine, but this setup is set up that where you can have the chickens and the rabbits living together. And if you wanted to, you could put straw shavings and everything and let the chickens do the work. And then you can take and get all the compost up, or, you know, once they do all the work with the rabbit manure, the chicken manure, the shavings and everything. And then you can harvest that for your garden, your raised beds, or compost it. So we're going to go cut that fan on. Little man right there is laying there. I just cut that fan off, and so he can get, because see, rabbits cool off through their ears. And so we do make sure, even though it's late in the afternoon, it's cooled down a lot. It was 95 into the shade. We want to make sure that they still stay cool. So last night, I just kept the fan running all night long. So this is a temporary fan in here. It probably will be moved out a little bit further out. We're going to see what we're going to do here as far as keeping the animals cool. But the next fan that's going to be in this area is going to be hanging up somewhere. We might even put it up temporary until all the cages are in here, and then cut it on. Make sure everybody's getting a good airflow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on to the next video.